Hi everyone, I hope you're well this week. So I am going to work on my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. So last week I did my flower pots. Haven't done any more on that. In fact, I haven't done any more since last week's video. But I really want to start focusing on this whole section here that's a bit plain. This is where my gate needs to go because I pulled out my door. So I want to start building this up. And then I'm going to also add in this week's new prompt. So you would have watched Rachel's video already because she's announcing the prompt first, but the prompt for this fortnight is a garden visitor, some kind of creature, something that's coming to your garden to say hi. That could be an animal, a bird, it could be a person. I even thought it could be a fairy, a garden gnome, some kind of feature of a visitor that could come to your garden. So my garden visitor is going to be these beautiful little birds, which I've cut out from one of the Kathy Holden fabrics, Kathy with an E, Holden fabrics. And what I want to do is place my birds up here, and I want to add more branch coming off to the side and leaves and things like that. But I also would like to start decorating this space, and my garden gate will be incorporated, I'm thinking, around here. So I've cut out this trim. I'm actually going to cover up some of my vegetable garden because I feel like it's going to be too big. So I was thinking of putting the trim down the bottom there. And then I've cut this out of an old hand towel. And I was thinking of placing this one up here. And then what did I have? Oh, I have this pretty flower cut out. I think this was a fabric from you, Debbie. So I'm going to put that there. And then I thought I'd put some Suffolk puffs. Just playing around with it, something like that. 3 Suffolk puffs to go with my flower. And then I've got these pretty trims. Oops, sorry about the cardboard. Pretty trims, which I bought at the sewing basket a while ago. And I think, yeah, that's where I got them. I thought I'd add some of these in. Maybe on the side. So it's like a little cluster. And then I cut one of these ones out. Maybe running up the side there. So I've got a little cluster here. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. So what I will do is I'm going to start stitching all of these down in place. Just let me see if I've got the right. Just realised I didn't bring my needle and thread over. I do have this thread. Just an old white one. And do I have the right type of needle is the question, because I haven't brought my needle book over to this table. Okay, I'm going to pause you. I'm going to come back with the right equipment. I'll be back in a sec. All right, I'm back. I'm going to stitch this down first using, it's kind of like a thin pearly cotton. Okay, I've got to find out what the name of these threads are because I use them all the time. They're old ones. Just saying, I have lots of colours of them, like greens and blues and orange. I have lots of colours. I really like them. There's another one. Here's another one, lighter green one. I'll have to find one that's still got the label on so I can show you. I certainly haven't seen them for sale in stores nowadays, but they're definitely ones I get at the sewing basket, and I've found quite a few different colours. So they look maybe like a crochet cotton or a little bit different to a perlé. But yeah, it's not stranded like where you could pull strands apart. All right, so I'm definitely doing a stitch that's going to be visible the whole way around this. That's what I would want to do. And I've picked a colour that kind of matches that blue flower there. And on the actual hand towel there was a strip of linen across the bottom that was kind of like this colour, so I thought it would be good to stick with the colour theme. So I'm just doing overcast stitches, just straight stitches, hopefully you can see. And I will do them the whole way around the edge to hold this piece in place. I fixed the squeaky chair. See, I'm wiggling in it and it's not squeaking. The table squeaks a bit. This is just like a little card table that I'm on. I've moved off my table. I'm near the window, so there's a bit of light here, although it is late afternoon. A bit of natural light here. But I had the squeaky chair, so I got the old screwdriver out, and I've tightened up the 4 little bolts underneath it, and now the squeak's gone, so that's good. So what's been happening this week? What are we? It's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, hump day. I think I told you already, I no longer have hockey on Wednesdays. It's now our nights moved to Mondays. We're actually a bit annoyed that our night moved. We train at another club. It is I think it's a council-owned field, but one particular club is the main club that uses the facilities. It used to have like a club where you could go and people would have dinner and have beer and play the pokies and do things like that, but it shut down sort of at the beginning of COVID, and it's never reopened. I'm assuming they probably weren't making enough money. But the hockey field remains, and it's a good quality hockey field. It's recently been re-turfed because we play on AstroTurf. And we have been training there probably like 20 years or something, a really long time. And our coach, who runs our club and started our club and all that kind of stuff, she's one of the main people that runs the competition. She is a really important part of our whole competition. And they told her that we needed to change nights, which we've trained on a Wednesday night for so many years. It's just been our regular time slot, because the men want to use it. And I kind of think that's a little bit off-putting. I'm happy that the men are playing hockey, but I don't think that it was fair that we were so well established there that they took priority over us and couldn't train on the night that they originally trained on. They decided they wanted Wednesdays. So we got moved. And now we are training on Monday nights, which the only bonus is it doesn't interfere with my ability to do my Wednesday night video. But the downside is we play our games on Sundays and then we back up straight away the next day for training. And then it's almost a whole week in between when you play. So it's a little bit far out from when you play your game. But that started on Monday. First training session, I know that I'm not fit because I haven't run around and played hockey since December, and I would have lost any fitness that I had. But I wasn't actually too sore yesterday, which was surprising, because usually after your first training and your first game in hockey, there's a lot of bending, a lot of sore backs, a lot of sore knees, a lot of bending. At the start of the season, I'm normally so stiff after the first training or first game that I can't even get up. So good news is I wasn't too sore. We did work pretty hard for the first night, which was good. We've actually... our club's taken on board a schoolgirl team as our third team in the competition, because the team played last year, this schoolgirls team, it's a Sydney schoolgirl team, and they didn't win a game and they got annihilated like 10 goals to nil, 12 goals to nil, 15 goals to nil, which are really big scores in hockey. And apparently they had no coach. So our coach has taken them on as a junior team for us. They're still called their school, but they've got our name in brackets, which is Dolphins. And we've taken them on as kind of like, I guess, we'll be mentoring them. And we will have coaching for them. And one of our coaches is an ex-Australian men's player, and he's fantastic, Ken. So they're going to get some really good coaching this year, and hopefully they'll be able to get some better results. And the other thing that's good for these girls is when you play women's hockey, it really kind of toughens you up. So when they go and play their schoolgirl comp, I think they'll be more competitive because they'll get stronger playing a women's comp because it's probably a lot more physical, and there's definitely some very good players. So a few of the girls, I think there was 3 of them, are actually coming and joining our women's team, our first and second grade women's team, and then the rest of the schoolgirls are sticking together as one team in 3rd grade. Apparently the 3 that will be joining our higher teams are rep players, so they're meant to be quite good players, so that'll be good for them. I'm sure they'll be running around us and we won't be able to keep up with them, as a lot of the young girls are fast and fit compared to some of us old girls. Me particularly, I'm one of the oldest now. I used to be one of the younger ones, now I'm one of the older ones. Okay, so that was a bit of yabbering on about hockey. What else? We're into our last round of sport, summer sport. This weekend is the last round for Jamie playing water polo. So my last round at water polo. Next weekend we have a rowing regatta, which the whole school goes to support the boys in rowing. And then we hit the ground running and I'm into rugby season. So that's my next sport, which is quite good. Okay, I'm going to pause you while I finish this off and then I'll get ready to sew down the next bits. I'll come back on video then. All right, so everything is now stitched down. I just focus. I just did a whip stitch around each of the Suffolk puffs in different coloured threads. I've stitched down the pink flowers. This one is just overcast stitch around the edge in just a white cotton, as is the bird as well. All right, so now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to start off with my birds, my visitors to my garden. So I've just grabbed some wools. Again, this one's quite good because it's got good texture. Wools that I got at the Crafty Op shop. And what I want to do is we've got the branches here that join and then come up into this branch. I want to extend the branch. So I've cut some bits of the wool. Just folded that one over so I get a bit more of that browny colour. And then the textural one. And then I have a piece of, you know, this thing, like you get these trims at like the Hot Dollar shop with the leaves. And what I want to do is I want to put them all together and then twist them. Just let me line them up properly. And then my plan is to twist so it looks like a branch and the leaves are coming out of the branch. So I first need to, so it's going to be my branch that's going to extend. So I'm going to couch it down. I have some Appleton wool in kind of a dark green. So I need to lock the ends in place to begin with. So we'll start with that. And I'm trying to cover up the stem of the leaves so it's just the leaves that you can see. So I'm going to couch this down. On this end first, and then I can do the twisting once it's secure. All right, so my stitches just go over all those threads, pull it quite tight to hold it in place, and I'm going to do a few of them just to get it going. Okay, maybe one more in the middle. So that should hopefully be secure. Now some twisting. Oh, I've pulled that out. Okay, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to put that under there. So it's a bit fiddly. What I might do is actually stitch into the fabric of that little trim to make sure that it's not going to come out. So let's just do this. We'll poke it through. Okay, just going to start off like this. Okay, let's just get another one in there. I'm just going to wrap my threads across. Okay, put them on this side. And I'm going to do one more stitch to hold that little ribbon in place. So I'm actually going into the ribbon. Okay, now let's see if I can twist. So, excuse me. Okay, there we go. Now I'll start couching down. Little bit fiddly, but once it gets going, it'll be okay. And the leaves might pop up in different directions, which is fine because that's pretty much what it's going to do on a tree anyway. Okay. All right, there we go. Now we've started. So let's keep twisting. Oops, pull out the tulle or stitch over that. Sorry, am I drifting off camera a little bit? Okay. Okay, more twisting. Okay, and I'm thinking I'm going to have it come up off the top of my page. So I think we might come up here. Okay, I'm just going to chop this off. I think that's long enough. Might take that leaf off as well. Got enough of that, the leaves. So just secure, I'm going to skewer the end. Okay, so I'll just finish this off on the back and then I'll show you where I'm at. All right, so there's my branch, which will, I was thinking about adding a tree down the side, but the branch would end up too long. I was thinking of adding a tree there. I will need to add a tree somewhere. I haven't put any in yet. But my plan will be to embellish this. I want to embroider on the flowers and the berries in wool. And I'm not sure if I want to do the birds yet. I'll do that first and see how it looks. So there you go. There's a bit more progress on my piece. Little bit of the blank spots in here have been filled in. And I need to... obviously get on with my fence or gate, which, not fence, gate, which will go there. And then I think I'll have my path coming down to my veggie garden, which needs more work. And the path will be like the one over here. So thanks for watching and stay tuned because next I'm going to show you some of Gigi's work. Okay, thanks for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye. And here we are with Gigi's work. So I'm going to be showing you the different details of what she's been doing. You've definitely seen some bits and pieces of this, but she's done a lot more work since I last showed it to you. So here we're starting in the top corner. I think you've seen most of this. I'm not sure if Mum has added any extra since I last showed you, but I'm going to lift it up to show you some of the details so you can see her stitching. So all the work in this top corner piece has been done in wool, and also there are some felt pieces as well. Then she's done some piecing together of different fabrics, lots of old fabrics, which is what Mum likes, and cantha stitching. And I'm moving across the other side. I think you've seen these fluffy white flowers, but I'm showing you again just in case you haven't, and I will bring it up and show you some detail. So in the middle there, we have, I think was French knots from memory, so I'm just opening them up so you can actually see. It's probably a bit flat because Mum's had it rolled up or folded up, but there are some pretty French knots in the middle there. So here we go, I'm just showing you a closer look so you can see. All right, so we'll move down and here are some gorgeous wildflowers that Mum's been working on. Again, I think you might have seen part of this, can't Can't remember what I showed on last video, but I'm showing you anyway, and I'll give you a closer look. So it looks like we've got some different threads in there. We've got some wool threads. She's definitely got some perle threads as well, possibly some stranded cotton. And then Mom's got some pretty red poppies, which she's embroidered. And we move along, and she's got this old embroidery of a house, which goes really well because it's surrounded by a garden, so it fits perfectly in with the down the garden path theme. And you can see that there's actually a little path there. I don't think Mum stitched that, but she may have added a little bit to that one. Okay, now we've got her secret door with gorgeous flowers around the outside, and it looks like wisteria growing across the top. Some lovely yellow flowers, and she has got a couple of pots by her door. Okay, she's embroidered a tree just on that white piece there. And then we move over to some of her veggies. So these are all embroidered by Mum. She's done one of each type of veggie. Carrot, turnip. Is that meant to be a red onion maybe, Mum? I'm not sure, you can tell me. Capsicum, or I think it might be called pepper. And then a green bean at the bottom. A green, like peas, pea pod. Okay, and she's got some garden beds, vegetable garden beds underneath as well. And now we've got her gorgeous little greenhouse with a birdie on top. I'll give you a look up close, I think. Do I? Yes, here we go. Cute little birdie. And again, some pots. She's added in pots in multiple places. And I'm just showing you the veggies up close as well. And if we come down, look what's in front of her greenhouse. More veggies. I love those little Suffolk puffs. They're super cute. And her really cute little scarecrow. And her tree. There's lots of things there. That basket there of goodies, I think I'll show you that up close. That one there, that's actually dimensional. It's raised up and the veggies are in it. Okay, and then she's got a bunny, a cheeky bunny that's eating one of her carrots. Okay, there's so much work that's gone into Mum's cute little turnips and carrots and red cabbages and the lettuce. They're all little Suffolk puffs that Mum's made. There's that dimensional basket. Looks like maybe some lavender coming out, carrot, and she might have, I'm not sure, I can't remember if Mum weaved that or if it was like a piece of hessian and her bunny. And then we move over and Mum's done some more pots and baskets of flowers. So I think she might be still working on these. This is her latest sort of addition. She's got a little ladybird. She's got some ants. I think there might be a little bee coming along. So really pretty little baskets of flowers. Okay, all stitched, mostly in wool, weaving of baskets. There are some blue markings on there which will come out. That's the erasable pen that will come out. So I think she might be doing a few more bugs around. And it looks like lavender, could be lavender, that one. And I will, in a sec, when you finish looking at this video of Mum's work, I'm going to show you a few photographs just to show you some of the details. So stay tuned for the photographs. I hope you've really enjoyed seeing Mum's work. And next time she comes down and she's got more work done on it, I'll give you another preview of where she's up to. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you again next week as we continue to work on our visitors to our garden. Thanks for watching. Bye.